More than 30,000 children are trapped in a barren desert area along Jordan's border with Syria. Aid agencies, including Human Rights Watch and Doctors Without Borders, are calling on the Jordanian government to address the appalling conditions they face. The children are among more than 70,000 Syrians who are now cut off from life-saving food and medical deliveries since an ISIL attack last month on the border. That area is a demilitarized zone on the Jordan-Syria border known to aid agencies as the berm. ISIL suicide bombers attacked the Al-Rukban crossing early last month, killing 7 Jordanian soldiers there. And Jordan then declared the area a closed military zone and it shut the border. Normally, asylum seekers wait at the desolate crossing for months at a time before being processed and moved to Al-Azraq camp, and that's in Jordan itself. Let's speak to Gerry Simpson. He's a senior refugee researcher at Human Rights Watch. He's joining us on Skype from Geneva to first tell us how much access do you have to these border areas?
So the Jordanian authorities strictly limit access of international and national staff working in the area. Only some UN agencies and the International Committee of the Red Cross are allowed to briefly access limited areas. No non-governmental organizations, including Human Rights Watch, have been given access to these desperate people.
What are you hearing about the conditions of the people that are held effectively and stuck on this border area?
Well, since the attack on Jordanian border soldiers about 10 days ago, which killed 7 and injured 13, as you mentioned, Jordan has blocked all food and medical aid to these 70,000 people, over half of whom are children and probably about 15 to 20,000 of whom are women. Jordan has allowed limited amounts of water through, but that is nowhere near enough, and we're getting terrible stories of people already deciding to go back into Syria because of the appalling conditions they now face in this desolate, remote desert area.
And when you call on the Jordanian authorities to allow more aid into these areas for these Syrian refugees, what's the response that you get?
Well, so far the United Nations and other international agencies have struggled to make headway with the authorities. It's a constant game of hourly, daily negotiation to get the basics through, potentially, but so far there's been no green light. International agencies are incredibly frustrated by this situation. Jordan isn't the only country that's treating Syrians in this way. Turkey has closed its border for a year and a half now, shoots at asylum seekers as they try and cross, has trapped almost 200,000 in northern Syria up against the Turkish border. Lebanon has strictly restricted access, and so Syrians aren't able to escape there either. So Jordan, Lebanon, and Turkey are now all trapping Syrians inside this awful crucible of war. The international community, in particular the European Union, should be doing far more to reassure these countries that they're going to take in more Syrians, so resettle them out of the region, and thereby really give Jordan, Turkey, and Lebanon no excuse but to continue to protect these vulnerable people by letting them in and giving them refuge as refugees.
And what is it the most that these refugees need right now, the ones that are stuck and have effectively been stuck over the past couple of weeks on the border with Jordan? What do they need the most in terms of aid?
On average, they've been stuck for months, not weeks. What they need mostly right now is water and food, there's no question. Doctors Without Borders released a statement yesterday describing some of the awful medical needs these people face, including acute malnutrition amongst children. That needs urgently to be addressed. But what Jordan has to be doing is bringing these people in, screening them for security reasons, and then allowing those who are genuine refugees to find protection in Jordan. Trapping them at the border in these appalling conditions is not a solution.
Okay, Gerry Simpson, we thank you for speaking to us from Geneva.
Thank you.